Okay, so I guess, I can get started. It's about time as well. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for coming to this information seminar. So my name is Justin, and I'll talk a little bit about Master of Science in Accounting and Finance Analytics program. I'm the Deputy Program Director of this program. Our Program Director today is not available, so that's why I'm going to do this talk to you. Certainly it's a master's program, and I'm just wondering whether or not you are well, if you're interested, certainly we can talk more about this because I only have 20 minutes for this session. So let me quickly just go through something here. As I mentioned, this is me, right? The deputy director of this program, and our program director today, unfortunately, he's not available. But if you are enrolling in this program, certainly you will see him later on as well. So given time constraints, I'm going to skip a lot of things about PolyU and about School of Accounting and Finance, because I would imagine you would likely have some information about this, our school and also PolyU before. So I'm just going to dive straight into why we need this program, or what this program is trying to address, right? So certainly, if you notice, I mean, nowadays the role is about AI, the role is about tech. Finance is certainly important, accounting is certainly important, but if we just learn about accounting or finance without tech or without AI, certainly this is something that is supposed to be missing, right? So over here, if you look at Forbes magazine in 2022, they mentioned that coding and AI is certainly a lot needed for business-minded professionals. So in other words, we're not looking at simply just having business-minded people, but they must be equipped with skills such as coding and AI, that kind of a skill set. The other thing is that while for the global market for data analytics, according to Forbes magazine, it's also suggested that they are going to increase by 21.1% on an annual basis from 2022 to 2030. So that means the demand for analytics and for coding AI, especially for accounting and finance, is going to be a lot more, right? So given that, you also see, I mean, that's just on a global scale, but on a local scale, you also see another thing. I mean, part of the strategic move in the 14th five-year plan by the central government in China suggested, that the needs for pushing into AI and into analytics, that's one thing. And the other one is that, the government also proactively trying to seek support from business applications to empower sustainability and for prosperity for Hong Kong. So you will also notice that if you know what Big Four is, certainly, I mean, these are major accounting firms there. So the major accounting firms in Hong Kong, they also have data analytics centers, right, around as well. So certainly that tells you that that data analytics is something very popular, or it's in a huge demand even for accounting firms. Also, if you know, Hong Kong MA, which is the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, has a fintech strategy. And what they're suggesting is every banks has to go fintech by 2025, which is next year. So that tells you that, while everything now boils down to, if you just learn accounting, finance, or even banking, it's not going to be work. I mean, you need certainly some more skill set in terms of AI and in terms of analytics and also machine learning and things like that. So let me quickly talk a little bit about this program there, right? So the program certainly launched in 2019. So and that's the first kind of this program in Hong Kong, because we combine both accounting, finance, and analytics together. And also it's a tech application, accounting, finance as well. So as I mentioned beforehand, we are not only dealing with accounting and finance problems there, but we're dealing with how we apply big data, AI, fintech, deep learning, these kind of skill sets in solving accounting and finance problems. So that's what we're trying to introduce. So the aim, certainly you can find it in our website, but just to tell more about this, is that we're trying to combine the core knowledge in accounting and finance and the skills in applying data analytics and technology to solve accounting and finance problems or latest accounting and finance problems, so that you can use the analytics applications and skills to do your work more efficiently or more effectively in addressing nowadays accounting and finance problems. So that's essentially what the program aim is. Just like what I've been telling you, certainly we are not a program that is focused on purely accounting or purely finance, but we are a program where we would combine the skill sets that you have in data analytics and technology in solving these problems. So in other words, you will see a combination of both in this program. So again, this is not a traditional accounting and finance program. This is something that I have to stress because we often have applicants coming to find, learn more about this program there, but turns out this is not something that they're looking for. So this is learned beyond traditional accounting and finance knowledge. So in other words, it's not just purely accounting and finance there, but it's something beyond what you learn in accounting and finance. So we try to make sure that you understand the fundamental quantitative and technological applications in accounting and finance there as well. So in other words, we want to make sure that you would be able to apply all those high, or high level technologies so that, for nowadays accounting and finance problems, you should be able to deal with them very easily. And also equip and apply tools from advanced technologies to address real life accounting and finance problem in an ethical manner, right? So this program is also very practical in a sense that, we're not only, we're not a computer science program, we are not a purely accounting and finance program, but one of the things that we lead you to do is to make sure that you understand what are the core technologies which is applicable to solve these problems, accounting and finance problems. So we also have full array of program enrichment activities, which I'll talk a little bit about that later on, including professional networking opportunities, career preparations, and so on. So that certainly we want our graduates to find a job after they finish their program, right? So we have two options in this program. Most of the students will opt for the full-time option over here so far. And for some students, they might opt for the part-time option there. So that's essentially the difference. One, it's if you opt for full-time, you must take more than 3 subjects per semester. If you opt for the part-time option, then the maximum subjects that you would take per semester is 3 subjects. Why we have the 2 options there, it's all because we want to provide flexibility in our studies, right? So if you work, or you have a full-time job there, certainly you would not like to give up your full-time job, and you would like to choose the part-time option over here. But if you're having a full-time job, you don't have a full-time job, you just graduate from a university, you might want to choose the full-time option so that you will be able to finish your degree faster. So that's what it is. So the normal duration of the program is expected. If you're pursuing a full-time option, then you'll finish the program in 1 year. And if you're pursuing a part-time option, then you will have, you'll double your time to complete your program. So that means you will finish your program in 2 years. So that's the difference for full-time and part-time for this program here. So the class, in terms of scheduling, certainly we do not schedule classes on a department basis. The university centrally do it or does it for us. But it likely will be in a weekday daytime or weekday evening there. All depends on how many students are in each of these cohorts. So in other words, we have a mix of weekday classes or daytime classes or nighttime classes to make sure that both the part-time and full-time students can accommodate their schedules. And the program structures, we have 31 credits. So that's accounts for 11 subjects. And there is one option which I'm not going to go into details there, but if you're interested, we can certainly talk about it after this session over here. It's that you can opt for postgraduate diploma as an exit rather than getting a master's as an exit. But I haven't seen this, or students taking this, since I joined this program, which is starting from 2019. So that's why I'm not gonna go into details of this. So in this program here, it's quite interesting in the sense that we have 10 subjects, and you will notice that all the subjects are all listed over here, and there is one 2 subjects which is essentially you can call it these are elective subjects, right? So the compulsory subjects or the 10 subjects are all listed in here. So you notice that you have accounting for business analysis, contemporary issues in accounting information systems, investments, corporate finance, and then you see quantitative methods for accounting and finance there, and then applications of computing and technology in accounting and finance 1, and then business analytics and accounting 1. Business analytics and accounting and finance, and then academic integrity and ethics in business, and then financial and analysis and valuation programming, and the last one, it's the tech in accounting and finance 2. So out of these 10 courses, you would notice, I can tell you right away, So 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10th. So out of those 5 courses, out of 10 courses are tech related. So they are not something purely in accounting and finance. You will likely need to use programming to solve these problems, or AI to solve these problems. Okay, so that's something that I want to stress over here. So in other words, why I said that many students might find this program a bit difficult, especially if they're given a business background, it's all because, this program is not a traditional business program where the students do not need to do programming. So they need to do programming to start off with. So that's the reason why after they done something or done a boot camp, they already sense that this program might not be too fit for them. So as I said, 5 courses out of 10 likely will involve certain aspects of programming. And then we also have elective subjects, right? And you can choose one of them based on this list. So you can see that from the electives over here, you have a project, or you can choose some accounting and finance topics like auditing, corporate risk management, derivatives, fixed income, or management accounting, or security analysis, portfolio management. Some students who do not want to do more accounting and finance, they want to do some more tech stuff, they can certainly take courses from computer science. So we have a collaboration with computer science there. They will offer things like business intelligence and decisions, data structures and database systems, and AI concepts to our students as well. So in a sense that, if for those students who are more techy, they want to pursue more tech-related subjects, certainly they might choose these 3 electives as one way to go through that. So the suggested study pattern, I think I just want to point it over here, is that if you are doing it full-time, then you don't really have much of a choice there. You simply just do 6 compulsory subjects, for the first semester. And for the second semester, you do 4 for compulsory subjects, and you do the last elective, which will account for a total of 11 subjects over here. Okay. So if you were to do it in 2 years there, then you just prolong this duration. So 4 compulsory subjects in year 1, semester 1, and then in year 1, semester 2, you do 3 subjects there and 2 compulsory and 1 elective. And for year 2, you just do 2 compulsory subjects, for the 2 semesters. So that's essentially how the study pattern would go to complete the entire program. So quickly, just want to tell you a little bit about some special features of this program. So before our students start, our semester, all our students would go through a voluntary Python programming bootcamp. So this is free of charge, no charge at all for students. But this is important. Don't expect to learn programming from here. This is a review class. That's why it's called bootcamp. Okay, so we assume that you already know some Python programming to start off with. Okay, so you come here intensively for 1 week. Okay, and that week essentially it's just a review of everything about Python. Okay, from start to finish. Okay, and you are supposed to finish projects there in this Python bootcamp as well. And in our experience, as I mentioned beforehand, that's why I said, this program might not be fit for everyone. It's all because after they finish this bootcamp, some students already felt that this program is not for them, and they dropped. Okay, so this does happen. It happens quite a lot too, about 10% of the students. Okay, so just be aware of this as well. So you can see that they're really working, and those 5 days they are working 9 to 5. So in the sense that classes during daytime, and then nighttime there they will do their assignments and the projects at the weekend. Okay, so that's 1 week. That's also free, as I said before the semester starts. The next thing is for students who continue the program there, we will have a so-called career preparation workshop prepared for them. So essentially, it's about CV writing, interview skills, and about having some of our colleagues talked about what are the fintech jobs available, and if they want to pursue fintech jobs there, how to do it, and what kind of a skill sets that they're likely looking for, or what kind of special things that they likely need to prepare for. And also we have tech workshops. We have 2, usually we organize tech workshops there. So the purpose of these tech workshops is to bring in industry professionals to talk to our students, so that our students will be able to aware of how, and I mean, the industry developments, I mean, the latest industry developments. So we had tech workshops such as, last year we had one tech workshop on blockchain, on metaverse. And we also had a tech workshop we will have a tech workshop soon on AI, which is essentially AI on banking industry. In the past, the workshop was how metaverse is going to be applied in AI in finance and banking sector. So that's the case. And so this is also another one which is essentially talk about to that. So that's how we bring in some speakers. What we do is we ask them to present. After they finish presenting, we will have a little forum which essentially discuss some of the latest developments, and the students can ask questions as well, and the students can also have a chance to network with the industry professionals. So essentially each semester we'll offer about one or two of them, so that students would be able to in touch with the industry sector. And so that's another one of them. So that's generative AI. We had one last year, and also so this year it's more on not just generative AI, but more general AI in a sense. So that's how we did it, or how this so-called CAT workshop goes. We also have a few visits, right? So this one, they visit Hong Kong Monetary Authority for half a day. And we also had arranged a trip to Science Park before for students, so that they see some of the latest fintech companies, or how the startup companies there, how they actually start their venture and what they do, that sort of things. So that's essentially field trips that we also organize for students. More importantly, we also have PMP, which is a professional mentorship program. So this professional mentorship program, it's for all students there who are enrolled in this program. So we select the students with some industry professionals who are very, who certainly have a lot of experience in this area, and they would be just simply, having share with the students in terms of how, if they were to find a job in Hong Kong, or if they have any career questions, they can certainly go and ask these so-called professionals. So that's the professional mentorship program. Last one is that students also have a chance to actually work on fintech projects with real banks in Hong Kong. So because we partner with Hong Kong MA, that essentially we have Hong Kong MA has an IPMN program where we essentially can send students to work with the banks on certain fintech projects there. And last year was the first year we launched this with the students there. So we had over I think last year we had about just over 40 something students enjoy this program there. So they work with some virtual banks like Mox, Citic Bank, which is not virtual bank. And also this year they were working with banks like HSBC. They also working with banks like Bank of China as well. Mox is also another bank that they work with. So in this case there, what we're trying to do is we're trying to make sure that students can apply what they've been learning in their studies to a real life setting. So that's what this purpose of the program. So quickly, just want to tell you in terms of our graduate statistics there from 2019 to 20. So you can see that many of you might be interested in terms of how they're being placed. So it's very diversity placed there. Some of them work for investment banks. They will work for Big Four. Some might work for regulators or fintech firms, and some might work for investment groups as well. And in terms of class profile, our age range is about 20 to 40 in terms of our students' profile there. And average number of years of work experience, about 2 years. And they're a bit more female than male in this program there, and that's a little bit interesting as well. So entrance requirement, a bachelor's degree would do. But if your if your undergraduate is not coming from an English-speaking university, you will need to write a TOEFL, an English test. Either a TOEFL or IELTS will be necessary. All this is available on website. I'm aware of my time constraints over here, so I would need to move a little bit faster. So all this is available on our website. If you're interested to apply, please feel free to visit our website for further details. So we had an intake quota of 150 for next year. So, and in terms of the fees, that will be the fees for the local and non-local students for all 31 credits, which is so that's listed over here as well for information. Scholarship, we provide scholarship, merit-based and also entrance scholarship available for all students there. You don't need to separately apply for it. You'll be automatically considered for entrance scholarship once you apply for the program. So, and we will let you know once we interview you and whether or not you're eligible for scholarships. So local and non-local applicants, certainly you are all encouraged to apply as well. Quickly about, credit transfer due to time constraints here, I'm going to skip this page. But if you want to know something about credit transfer, do talk to me after this session and I can address that question with you. So if you have further inquiries, you can talk to either Dr. Tianfeng, right, or myself, if you want to. So these are our emails. You can also email our administrators at this email as well. They will also answer general inquiries there. You can also call us by this number. The application deadline for next year is April 30th. So that's something that I want you to be aware of. This program, we are quite blessed that it's quite popular. So last year we have received over 2,000 applicants. So if you would like to apply, do apply early, okay, for consideration. All right, so I think that's all that I have for the PowerPoint slides. If you want to, this is our WeChat account. So if you want to add our WeChat, please feel free there. We will post our, I would say, activities on a regular basis via WeChat. So if you want to, please do feel free to add, okay? All right, so with that, then I think I finished my session. I think it's just about time as well. So thank you very much for coming to attend this information seminar. And I'm going to pass the time to my colleague, Bruce, to talk about the next program. Thank you.